You are listening to Max Pew, an actual play RPG podcast. Max Pew follows continuous storylines that are best enjoyed from the beginning. This Extra Life content was recorded in a public venue, previously aired during the Team WV Fox Marathon stream on May 4th, 2019, and may contain spoilers for its associated work. The following content may contain mature themes and adult language. Please enjoy part 2 of One Night Only.
So this goblin has had a rough 3 seconds. Only to be ended with a shot to the lung and like a shot to the head. And it falls over before it's able to let out any more disgusting words or screeches or whatever. Probably the best for everybody.
Yeah.
The two bystanders are kind of freaked out by this whole ordeal and sort of away themselves as quickly as possible. That's what that's past Jerad out thinking future Jerad. That's what that is. The bystanders like hustle off. They don't want to be any part of this. You can search the corpses of these unfortunate creatures.
Yeah, let's have a look.
Okay. And you will actually find something of value that for whatever reason they weren't using. They have
I forgot about it.
Maybe. They have a weapon. It is an Explorer hand coil.
I don't know that. That sounds fun.
It's lightning or electric.
It is electric. Let me get up Archives of Nethys here.
Oh, is this the one that like wraps around your hand or something?
An ultra miniaturized version of the coil guns used on starships. This weapon is a short range but a powerful effect. Some of the first versions were produced by starship manufacturers and were accompanied by a promotional campaign suggesting that a starship's crew should match the starship itself, complete with flight suits to match a given ship's paint job. Most manufacturers still use the model classification set forth in those early campaigns: Explorer, Fighter, Pilot, and Capital hand coils. So the Explorer hand coil is a level 3 weapon. Pretty sure it's a one-handed, or
Small arm?
small arm, yeah, sorry. It wasn't showing on this particular page. It's a Armory page 45. It does 1d6 electric, has a range of 40 feet. Critical is arc 1d6.
Ooh, nice.
Capacity 20 charges. Usage 2. Light bulk. That is a small arm that does electric damage.
What are you packing, Isaac?
I
Because
have
that sounds like it might be good for you.
I have a static arc pistol.
Those do non-lethal. Does it say non-lethal as its damage type?
They can be done as non-lethal.
I think they are just non-lethal.
Okay.
So it fires a
No.
bolt of electricity.
Oh, is it? Oh, they can do both?
The
Okay,
one
disregard.
below that is
Yeah.
Oh,
damage only.
Dual wield
Or-
electric pistols.
it's a thing you could do.
Because I also have multi-weapon fighting.
That being said, there's nothing stopping you from using the same weapon twice.
Okay.
So, like, that's...
Because semi-auto is a thing.
Well, no, on multi-weapon fighting, I get, instead of it being a -4, it's a -3 if I have 2 weapons.
Oh, well then,
So,
yeah.
I'm dual.
Okay, yeah.
That would about be worth giving up your trick attack.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll take it.
All right.
So it's 1d6.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it basically has the same attack bonus as your other gun. It's a 1d6 electric, and it's got a critical effect. That
if you
will...
roll a 20, the electric will arc to other targets.
So does the other one.
Oh
Both
my
of them
God.
Yeah, they both are.
Well, here's to rolling two 20s.
We need to buy this android about 2 more arms.
I'm a battery now.
Oh my gosh, like just more prosthetic arms.
Yeah, just more prosthetic arms. If you have enough arms and enough pistols, there's a feat that will let you basically full auto with your pistols.
It's like the fusillade fire.
How do I heal my SP.
So you're the only one that took damage,
Yep.
didn't you? So you can take a 10-minute rest. You can spend one of your resolve points, and that'll heal all of your stamina.
Yeah, I'll do that.
So your resolve points.
Or no, are you?
I took 15.
Oh, yeah, probably.
So the thing with resolve points is that that's basically what you use to like keep from dying when you hit 0.
Yep.
So don't be too willy-nilly with them, but like that's a good use of it right now.
Yeah, I forgot 5. Resolve points.
Oh, so you have 6?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He's one of the best pre-gens.
Yeah, I mean, well,
everything is based on decks, so it's just, here, have a lot of decks, you're fine.
yeah. It's like your dex is 18, and go to town.
Of course, I don't know if his stealth is pre or post nerf in that version.
These were kind of updated pre-gens, though, from per Paizo. It said they've been
14.
updated.
Yeah, see, there in the very first printing of the book, they had made it a copy-paste error that said that Ghost Operatives got +4 for their stealth just because, and +1 trick attacks.
Wow.
Big oopsies were
Yeah.
made.
So I'll recharge for 10 minutes.
I play a Ghost Operative in the Adventure Path, and they do not need the help.
they're
I've
sufficiently
got one too.
armed.
I just took like completely ineffective feats because I don't need them.
Okay. So it was probably a good job checking the outskirts there because you stopped some harassment there.
Got a new weapon.
Yeah.
You know what you didn't find on their body? Tickets. No. I don't know if you would need tickets for this event, but like you can use that as your justification.
Yeah, they didn't have tickets.
It's a non-ticketed event.
They were scalping.
No, the problem was they did have tickets.
No, their problem is they pulled a gun on the cops.
Oops. So, what would you all like to do next? There's still kind of plenty to do.
So what haven't we shot up yet?
Find something else to
All
shoot
right.
up.
How about food vendors? You been to the food vendors?
Mm-mm.
We could trade some junk lasers for food.
Okay. So you take what's left of these Aztec suits and the dog slicers and the junk lasers, which they did have 2 batteries each.
All right.
So I mean, those were.
Well, I mean, batteries are good.
Those aren't junk.
But
These
these lasers should not work.
They're a little leaky, but
Electricity does not work
okay.
this way.
Yeah, I'm pretty positive, negative, and
Other?
what's that? What's that? It's not ground. It's it's not. So yeah, you can go to the food vendors.
Such as they are.
There's not really like a centralized place for food. Like it's again, this is kind of like Burning Man, where everyone's kind of got like tents or something set up. So you'll find like one place over here, one place over there, and it's kind of very spread out. Like even more so than like
Let's just follow a smell that doesn't smell like
Look for a
stringy
fire.
Acatonian desert cat.
okay.
Just something that smells like real food.
All right. You follow your nose wherever it goes, and you
It always knows.
you come across something that isn't. It's not as like the savory char of meat, but rather more earthy. Find someone that's actually like roasting vegetables, almost like corn and stuff like that. So basically, they wrap it like in foil and put it like on a big open fire
Okay.
and just let it grill and stuff. And they're doing that, so it's a little different. And there's a few people getting that, just the novelty of getting something that's like not meat. So, so you do find that does catch your nose. There is someone who is actually making basically like a deep fried like sugar balls, almost like a donut hole type thing. They don't really have any like powdered sugar or anything like that to go on. It's basically just the deep fried dough because sugar is kind of a rarity on Akaton.
Okay.
But like the flour and stuff like that to be able to make
Maybe some of the corn in the chemistry set. We can deal with this. Actually, I want like a dozen of the deep fried sugar dough thing.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be I mean it would probably be like a token 5 credits unless there's something you could some service or
No. Well, what do they need?
well, they don't really have any like you could tweak the recipe. Currently the way he's making these would be taking the dough, rolling them out like by hand, and plopping them into what appears to be a probably like a 5-gallon pot of like boiling oil, and using a basket to kind of like catch them and get them out. And they sort of float at the top anyway, so he's able to like strain them from the top and be able to collect those. These dough balls, they're not so dense as they sink to the bottom. They kind of float on the top. So
No, it sounds like perfection.
So, it kind of like takes little tongs or like a wooden stick to kind of rotate them around. That way they get cut.
We can do a little better than that. I don't know. I've got my engineering kit, and I don't know. How about a week's rations, and at least 3/4 of a suit of armor and goblin junk. Let's work on some tools for him.
Okay. So make me engineering or like profession culinary, whatever you want to do. But yeah, you can fashion some.
That will be a. Let's talk about the 32 engineering checks.
32 engineering checks. Tell me the device that you want to create from scratch.
Well,
Made it out of
those goblin armors have like the big fishbowl helmets.
Yes.
So we're going to have that as a sterilized, of course.
Yeah.
Vessel.
And it's going to be like a vessel where it's going to collect the dough.
Okay.
The dough balls. And then it's just going to have this slicing, dicing machine, like, complete with the Billy Mays pitch.
Okay.
That's just going to, you just put the raw ingredients in, and it's like, puts the, uses this 2 sporks from the MREs and just scoops them into balls and puts them in.
Okay.
And then the whole thing can be dumped at once into the boiling oil. And then there's this filter in the bottom of the oil that will actually lower the level of the oil so you can just scoop it out and then refill it with clean oil.
Okay.
Yeah.
You pitched that to him, and he's very impressed with like the mechanism, and pretty much you have free reign of this particular vendor whenever you want food during this event, because it's been pretty busy. Like you never see any waiting to be sold. Like it's pretty steady as he makes them.
Of course, we have to make a couple dozen to test this, so we're just going to shove those inside like plastic containers in my mouth pockets.
Oh yeah, and let's see, it's 10 pounds is one bulk,
right?
So. There's probably, I would say probably like a dozen of these is a light bulk. So,
right. So,
you can fit.
So I got plenty of room.
So you can fit like over 200 in your mouth and just wiggle your tongue a little bit.
I don't want to take out the grenades or my spare sidearm, so we'll just shove them in one side and be ready to go.
Okay.
Arms on one, food on the other.
Yeah. So Quig's cheek pouches looks even more hamster-like.
It's got little tattoos. This is like the armory, and this is the commissary.
I can hold basically one bulk of gear in my cheek pockets, and because the way gear is counted, that means that I can have 1 full bulk and 9 light items before it hits 2 bulk. So I could hold like 19 grenades in my cheek pouches. And as a
spending
swift,
like
as a-
sunflower seeds.
Yeah, there's a game.
It's like
mechanic
Plants
for
vs.
that.
Zombies.
As a swift action, I can transfer something from my cheek pockets to my hand. So literally, it's like that.
So you're able to construct this pretty easily for him. But yeah, that was a good call there. You make a good impression with him and some of the others around too, because now there's like just 4 of these available. You've really set the bar high for what people can offer him to be able to get some of these fried dough bites, considering you made an entire machine of automation. But people are creative. They'll come up with some ways to be able to get these without having to resort
now
to
that
credits.
supply is higher, they won't have to give him as much.
Fair enough. You have basically subsidized everybody else's ability to get these fried dough balls.
Because donuts are life.
So you definitely threw off the curve.
Now we can trade donuts for other food.
We have created our own currency. About the time after you fix this vendor's machine, you get a call on your comms device, and it is Clef. Clef says, we have something that I believe your unique talents would be helpful, and I'd like to first thank you for doing so well with security. Word has gotten back of the work you've done. You've been pretty active, and you've been pretty astute with your observations, which is why we're choosing you for this particular mission. There's actually been a collection taken up in your name, and we've received total donations of about 250 credits for each of you for doing such good work in security. So thank you for that. So this current job is being offered by one of the bands, Cutlass. It appears that their bassist has gone missing. I've been told that this happens pretty often, so we don't expect foul play. The band is also offering a payment of 1,500 credits for his timely return.
How quick do they need him?
They have a set this evening.
Okay.
Apparently he makes a habit of this. He likes to carouse with the public before concerts, and he turns off his comms unit when he does so. And we really need him
Sounds like
set up and sound check and stuff.
Sounds like they need a tracker or a babysitter
Maybe you should
or some well-paid adventurers.
construct them an electric fence for them.
They're basically their handler has decided that throwing money at the problem's the easiest way to deal with it.
That's negative reinforcement.
If they're willing to drop 1,500 credits every time their bassist goes AWOL, he must be pretty good bassist.
But he's the bassist.
Yeah.
That's a terrible basis for a relationship. Sorry.
No, you aren't.
Yes, actually, I am. In the back of my head, Andrew was looking at me disappointedly. Well, I guess we should find him. He likes to go carouse. Do we know anything about his carousing habits?
Not really. And the handler for the band didn't really give them much more information other than the fact that you need to find their bassist.
Do we know what he looks like?
Sure.
I'll pull a picture of him up on the data sphere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll swipe it over to your phones.
So we'll call him
Scanning.
Mills Madfingers, and he is going to be a Kasathan.
He plays the double bass.
No, he just plays the one bass with his 4 hands.
Oh, so it's going to be like a full-size upright.
Yeah, it's just like, the one on the neck, but the two like down here, just like
Fretless.
It's like everything gets attention. So Mills Madfingers is a Kasathan, which normally I think they're typically bald, aren't they?
Normally, they don't let you see much of their face.
Well, they cover the mouth.
Then they also have kind of a tall cone head looking shape with lots of wrappings.
Gotcha. What isn't covered is tattooed heavily. I mean, he's tatted up. So usually he's got a pretty well-known tattoos. Like he's got the sleeves on all 4 arms. He's got, everything. Like sometimes he'll like perform shirtless, and he's just got like, everything you can imagine like a rocker having, because he's pretty active. I mean, you don't get the last name Madfingers.
Especially with the first name Mills.
Yeah.
Right.
When your first name's Mills, you got to back it up real hard. So yeah, Mills Madfingers is out and about somewhere, but usually like the tattoos, just the Kasathan, which they're normally a bit taller and a bit more spindly and pretty identifiable.
All right. So what does Metalhead Weekly blog say his preferences are?
Stereotypical rocker, like drugs, sex, and alcohol. Like
I like kind of look around and go, "Oh, great! That rules out everything but the food court." Hold on. Ugh. No, it doesn't rule out the food court.
No, it doesn't rule out the food court. We got a wide net to cast.
Should we?
Thankfully, he's pretty well known, which means he's a memorable character.
Yeah.
So people will probably know if you ask about him.
All right.
Time to go get some free tattoos.
This dude will know.
All right. Well, he might. I'm going to load the image up into the drone and send it up patrolling. I'm just looking for him.
Okay. Your CCTV up in the sky.
That's right. You have no idea how much blackmail I'm getting off of this stream.
All of it. What would everyone else like to do? I mean, I'll let you. Since your drone's kind of doing this passively because you're not actively like monitoring.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, I just basically put it on. Basically move, make a perception check, make a perception check.
Have your drone make me a perception.
Yep. 13.
13. Your drone is going to be just like doing its thing for a while. So we'll say that Scout is out of action, doing
That's fine.
its thing, and sending you information as needed. What would the rest of you like to do to try to find Mills?
Well, I'm an outlaw,
You are.
and don't outlaws get like ways to find out info through?
So
Outlaw
it's probably drop DC by 5 for.
I've never played. Well, I have played an outlaw. Never used my outlaws. That's cool.
You could, if nothing else, you're a really social character. You probably have just a good diplomacy for gathering information and such.
Yeah. I mean, we'll.
Well, I kind of wanted to use the theme because I've never used it. But
I think it's usually something along the lines of lower difficulties of culture checks and knowledge checks related to
like ne'er-do-wells.
Yeah, by 5.
I'll let you look that up. Is there anything anybody else would like to?
Ask the donut vendor.
Ask the donut
He's our
vendor?
buddy. I mean, he's going to tell us everything he can.
Cool.
I like your check the tattoo guy angle.
But we're already at the donut vendor, right?
Yeah, you would have been at the donut vendor.
No, because we don't need to be. I have extra.
Well, there's other people at the donut vendor as well. Like now that it's a bit more active, like there's crowds. So I mean, you don't have to just ask the donut vendor. You can ask around there.
Yeah.
You can make a make me a diplomacy check if you want to ask nicely. Or any
Somebody
other
else
type of
wanna ask
check.
nicely.
Yeah, I'm open to any type of check that you guys would like to.
This allows me to reduce the DC of culture checks to recall knowledge about the criminal underworld by 5.
Okay.
Would criminal underworld knowledge help me here?
Not really.
Okay.
Nor would my ace
I can
hotshot
reduce-
pilot stuff. I don't think he would qualify as a hotshot pilot. Maybe a hotshot.
In navigating that fret.
I'll leave it up to GM discretion on that one.
We're going to ride the G string into the drift, baby.
Oh, God. It's going to be one of their songs.
I think it is one of their songs.
Cutlass, it's space pirate themed, right?
Oh, yeah. Cutlass has a rich mythology that we'll get into later, I'm sure. So anybody want to ask around? Anyone got a diplomacy check they want to?
I can't.
You're on this, Navasi, because...
What about if we go over to like the tattoo place? And
Yeah.
kinda
All right.
ask around.
You want to? All right. You want
We
to
can
go
have
over to?
we can have Isif start checking out Flash, seeing what kind of tats he wants.
Yeah.
Okay.
That side of the head with no artificial hair needs something.
What kind of role do you want?
Whatever you want to give me. Are you lying to him? Are you intimidating? Are you being nice?
I will be nice.
Okay. So we'll see what a diplomacy check gets us as far as information on
12.
12. Nobody's seen him, and of course the tattoo artist has heard about this guy, but he figures Mills probably has either a very renowned tattoo artist on retainer or does not have enough surface area left on his body to need another tattoo.
Well, that's just an engineering problem to fix. We could do micro, and we can do multi-universal tattoos. We could just use a fractal matrix to multiply the amount of skin to tattoo.
But
Let's see here. What else?
so
Isaac's going to pop his jetpack and go up and try to help the drone look.
okay. So basically, your options are you can start to look
Yeah.
blindly, or you can try to ask people to get like bonuses for perception to try to like help triangulate. So
Yeah, so wherever the drone is, I'll go to the opposite side of the comp. That way we're not overlapping.
so you're splitting
Alright.
up.
Yep.
Okay.
So actually, what I would like to do is there is a local data net, I take it, of sorts.
Probably guerrilla style. Like
Well, that's
so
fine.
like you would have to rely on whatever satellite connections there are in Akaton. Alternatively, if people have set up like their own local.
Well, I figure there's something like that going on, like
Yeah.
pirate radio stuff.
Yeah.
I would like to get onto that and just look for people making comments. Oh my God, I just ran into the bassist for Cutlass.
It's like the
That sort of thing.
like the PictoChat that was on the old DS. Like
Yeah,
it was all
yeah.
local. Yeah. Make me. Yeah, you can make me computers or diplomacy or any other relevant check with that regard.
All right.
I'm going to make a perception check while I'm in the
Computers I
air.
can do. That's a 27.
27.
I may have set up my own pirate
18
radio.
for Isaac in the air.
All right. Okay. We will get to yours in a second. So you had a 27.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. You get on basically the equivalent of IRC and see what people are talking. And you're searching, and you see a few people that have said like, "Oh my God, can't," like you get the Instagram type like someone got a selfie with it, right? And it was like 37 minutes ago, but they geotagged it.
Because people are too dumb to turn that off, even in the future.
Well, they geotagged it because they want people to know that they're at the battle in the bush.
Yeah.
So I mean, again, it's a prestige thing. Like I'm at this place. Look who I met. It's it's the double kill as far as Instagram posts go.
No, I get it. So I will start as I start getting these reports. I will feed them to my teammates.
Yeah, so
And
you've got one from like 37 minutes ago. Then you find like a text post. It's like, I just saw Mills Mad Fingers near this area. And you start trying to like piece together like this GPS path.
Yeah, this asshole Kasathan just stole my girlfriend.
Yeah. Make me a computer's check. So this is you using this data to try to extrapolate if you could figure out where his next destination's going to be.
All right, yeah. It's going to be 21.
21. Okay. So, yeah, with the 21, you can kind of generate some type of forecast as to, like, where he's been.
Okay, so
And
this is
kind
the
of like
direction
where-
he's staggering.
Yeah, so, like, you've kind of got, like, this little 90-degree, like, fan that's like, okay,
All
this
right.
is kind of where he's going. This
Well, I
makes
will
sense.
point the drone in that direction, and I'll start heading that way myself. But also kind of let the rest of the team know, here's maybe the direction you want to move your
Focus
search
on.
towards.
Yep.
Okay.
Fan out.
Yeah. Although I realistically think Navasi is probably the one who's going to find him first.
All right. Well, as you're feeding this information, it helps ISIF kind of focus their efforts to find this guy. And, your jetpack is going to be able to get you probably like 60 feet in the air before you've got to like...
Yeah, I got to come back down.
Yeah, before you have to like feather it back down. But it gives you, 6 stories in the air.
I got a few seconds to scan.
Yeah, you've got a few seconds, and you imagine that Mills Madfingers would probably draw in a bit of a crowd wherever he went. And you're looking at the forecast, and the forecasts are not perfect, but they're good enough. Because as you're getting close to where the forecast suggests to be, you do see a crowd kind of gathering around this area. And you have to set down probably like maybe 50 yards from where that is because you're high up, you can see quite a bit and you see it like way over there. So you're able to sit down probably like 50 yards from where that crowd is.
Okay, so when I land, I'll start making my way directly there.
All right. You want to notify everybody else? Okay.
Yeah. I'll tell everybody, hey, there's a big crowd over by the, I don't know where.
By
it is.
here, like you
Yeah.
just GPS it?
Yeah.
Okay. Because you would kind of split the party, it's probably going to take everyone about another 10 minutes to kind of reconverge on you, but you'll probably be the first responder here. So you,
Phrasing is going to be important there. First responder.
so you make your way.
Hope you brought your fireman's axe.
You make your way over to the area, and there's a crowd there. There's people. They're like wanting pictures. They're wanting one another. And Mills, being Kasathan, is slightly taller than everyone. It's like you go to get your autograph at the NBA, and like it's Yao Ming like doing the autographs. Like you can tell like exactly who you're getting autographs from because they're a head taller than the nearest person. So like you found him.
He's here. I've got him.
He's doing he's doing selfies and stuff like that. And you look at like your watch, and basically their set is in about, I don't know, hour and a half, 2 hours. Like you figure you're not much into music, but you figure if you're a band member, you probably need to be ready like before the actual show time. there's probably at least a few things one must do to prepare for a show.
I will push my way through the crowd. Try to get right up to him.
So you push your way to the crowd, and he's, like doing basically like digital like autographs and stuff, like doing, selfies and everything like that with people, and they're crazy, and people are trying to like get his attention. Someone like offers him a beer, and like he just like basically just like shotguns the whole thing while doing like the selfie, while still signing with the other hands. Like you, someone offers him some like suspect powder, and he like turns around and like lifts the veil a little bit and just does his thing. And
what kind of powder wouldn't be suspect?
We're
I don't know. At this point, baby powder would be pretty suspect.
we're grasping at straws right now, but he seems to be down with it. He just tries whatever. He's drinking whatever. He's taking the photos and whatnot. And you sneak in there too. What would you like to do?
I'm going to try to get his attention.
Okay. How would you like to do that? Because there are quite a few other people in this circle trying to get his attention.
I have a flash grenade.
Got another charge on my jetpack.
There is some alien species who has like 4 breasts exposed trying to get his attention. So you've got a lot of work
He's got all
ahead
4
of you.
arms.
Yeah, should I do that?
Donuts. Lots of donuts.
Donuts.
Here.
You're 10 minutes away. He's trying to...
right.
he's first responder right now.
So I don't know what my strength is. He's probably gonna... I'm just gonna try to grab one of his arms. Just... not menacingly, but just try to grab one of his arms so he eyeballs me.
Okay. Call that strength check.
That's a big old 1.
You figure this is not his first trip to the I'm being grabbed by a groupie rodeo. And like you grab one of his arms, and it's almost as though the other arm like just kind of reflexively just like peels it off that arm like one would just like slap the back of their neck if a fly landed on it. He doesn't even pay you any mind. It's just like one of those things. It's just like...
All right, I'll try it again, but I'm not grabbing his arm. I've got alloy cable. I'm wrapping it around his arm, my alloy cable, and like trying to pull him out of there.
Why don't you come voluntarily?
We're going now, buddy.
You pull out the alloy cable. Let me...
Yep.
As you're pulling out the alloy cable...
Dude, I got a charisma 0.
One of the attendees says, what are you doing?
He's got a set. Time to go.
Yeah, he's got a set, but he's here with us. This is the closest we're going to get to Mad Fingers. Why don't you just chill out, dude?
Don't care.
Well, yeah, obviously, you've got, like, high-tension cable over here. We can do with it.
He won't come voluntarily. I'm taking him back to his band.
Okay. Yeah, can I give him an autograph? And he's like, now he's starting to ignore you and it's like trying to vie for attention. And you notice that, like, people are doing more and more outlandish things to try to get his attention. But it seems to be working. Like, people just doing, like, crazy stunts and stuff. Like, it seems to be, like, catching his eye. You get the impression he's here for a good time.
Yep.
Like, he's being entertained.
So cable goes back up, semi-automatic tactical pistol goes up, shot straight up into the air. So off his paw.
Make an intimidate check.
That's Isif. Knows how to have a good time.
My burgers.
That sounds like a good
Intimidate, that's a
time.
20.
20? Okay. We will take a break here and find out what happens.
We hope you enjoyed this Extra Life content. If you are interested in updates from Team WV Fox, follow us on Facebook. In addition to event updates and details, there are opportunities to win some excellent prizes. If you would like to support Max Pugh and WV Fox, please visit bit.ly/maxpewpew to make a tax-deductible donation today. All donors supporting my donation efforts will be announced at the end of every Extra Life episode on Max Pugh. This week, I would like to thank the White family, Jill, William, Tyler, Nirmal and Newton, and our anonymous donors for their donation to Team WV Fox and Cincinnati Children's Hospital. I would also like to thank Hero Forge Custom Miniatures for donating a premium plastic miniature voucher. Please look forward to the official Team WV Fox Marathon event. Music provided by Tabletop Audio. 10-minute ambiances for games and stories. Find out more at tabletopaudio.com.